Hello, I'm Daniel. I wanted to make a short video to talk about legislative action today. This is a thing I do once in a while. It is to encourage our members to advocate for ourselves and to show you how we can do that to make our work situation better collectively, because that's what the union's purpose is, and that's what this is all about. So in particular, I want to talk about two actions we can take right now to contact our members of Congress and to ask for these two things. Number one, ask your members of Congress to help support federal employees and protect them from COVID-19. And number two, ask your members of Congress to support hazardous duty pay for federal employees. And I'm going to show you, I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's right here. If you go to nteuchapter66.org, then you see these links you can click. And it's also true if you go to nteu.org, the national site, you can get to those links as well. But I'm going to click this one, ask your members of Congress to help support federal employees and protect them from COVID-19. And I'll just see if I can show it to you. And so it asks for my address, and I'm going to enter my address. And then it generates a letter. And the letter, it automatically populates who my representative is. So it populated Representative Sam Graves. And the letter that it generated, and I can edit this, but the letter it generates says, as a federal employee in your district, I urge you to ensure federal employees are protected and supported in any upcoming legislation to address the coronavirus pandemic. Unfortunately, many agencies are still failing to properly communicate with employees, leaving far too many employees wondering how agency return plans will protect them, their families, their coworkers, and the American public. And there's a lot more, but there is legislation that is being worked on now to help protect us better than we're being protected right now. And this letter is just encouraging my representative to support that. And you can edit the letter any way you want. And I'm putting my name on it, and I'm clicking send, and then it generates an identical letter to the two senators from Missouri so that they also get this message to please support this legislation. And so that's what we're doing. That's what I'm advocating for today, is I want you to go to NTEU Chapter 66. And the other letter on there is ask to support hazardous duty pay. That's for those people who are, we know we've talked about it. Some people have to go into that building to work. Some people are fortunate and get to telework. Those people in the building, we want to get them hazard pay. We want them to get something for doing work that a lot of us are not doing, for going into that building and maybe putting themselves at risk, right? So that's what the other letter is for. And so I want to encourage you to go to NTEU chapter66.org. It's over on the sidebar. It says Action Center, and there's these two links you can click. If you're on a phone, you may have to scroll around to find it. But if you're on a computer, it's on the Action Center. But one important note, this is super important. You cannot do this at work. You cannot do this. Don't do this during your tour of duty, even on your lunch. Just do it at home. And if you're teleworking, just do it after your tour of duty. I know sometimes if you're teleworking, it can be a little blurry and you can think, wait, am I not at work or not at work? And that's not okay. We need to do this way outside of our tour of duty just to make sure we're protected, because it is true that you're not allowed to send a letter to your representative during your tour of duty. And also not on a also don't do it on a work computer. You can pull up nteu.org on a work computer. I suggest you don't. And you can pull up NTEU chapter66.org on a work computer. I suggest you don't. It's not the right thing. Someone could someday come after you for doing that. So just don't do it. Do it at home. Do it on a computer or on a phone. Go to these two links. Ask your members of Congress to help support federal employees and protect them from COVID-19, and ask your members of Congress to support hazard duty pay for federal employees. This is how we work together, is that if they receive a whole bunch of messages like this, maybe they'll care. And maybe they will try. Because the truth is, a lot of federal employees live here, which means they have a lot of federal constituents. And so they have to make that decision if they want to please us or not. But we can be heard, and we can be heard together all as one voice to say, hey, Congress, take care of us better. Make sure the government takes care of us, because we deserve support. We deserve to be taken care of. So that's it. Please go to nteu.org or nteuchapter66.org and click those links. There's more. On the NTEU main page, there's a lot more, but those are the two that I really wanted to highlight the most. So that's it. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me, and have a good day.